All right, that ought to fix it. Let's do some drafts. I'm gonna do some best of threes because the best of one queues are a little more variance based than I would like. So we'll try some best of threes. Might take a little longer to find a best of three queue, but I think the games will be a little better. Ready up. All right, so for pack one, we actually have a lot of cool stuff in here. We have a Maskwood Nexus, which makes some 2/2s every so often, as long as you're going in a long game. That's pretty good. Doomscar Titan's a nice sort of finisher. Maja is a nice Lord effect. The rest of these are fairly replaceable. Maybe the Mistwalker is cool, and there's always going straight for the snow deck, but I don't think we want to go that hard into it just yet. So for me, I think I'm between the Nexus and Maja. I think just to stay open, we want to take the Nexus. Making a 2/2 every turn is pretty good, especially when it's every creature type. So our next pack, the exciting cards in here are the Berg Strider. We want to go into a snow deck. The dual land for snow, as well as a Glittering Frost. Only the rare is missing here, so we can't really read any signals. Other than, I guess, the person to our, which way? To our right wasn't interested in first picking a snow duel. So their rare was probably fine. This Maskwood Nexus doesn't really influence us in any particular way. A lot of these are fine. The strongest card in here is the Berg Strider. So we're going to go with that. I could see an argument for maybe the Frostpire or the dual land, if we would just want to like start cutting dual lands really hard in pack one. But I'm not as into a white dual land. All right, so this pack has stuff in it like Mistwalker, which we might be interested in because we're in a green deck, or a blue deck rather. The snow-covered island is very interesting to us because we do need snow mana. Our Turn Upon the Tide is okay. Crush Week is okay. I think the best thing for us to take here is probably going to be the snow-covered island, just to synergize with our Berg Strider. Snow-covered lands go pretty quick. As you can see, the snow-covered land is gone here by pick 4. We'll have to snap up anything else that we can sort of get our hands on. But I think we're definitely going to be in some sort of a blue deck. Another kind of color we haven't really sort of landed on yet. The cards in here that I'm interested in are not necessarily Frost Augur, because we don't know necessarily that we'll be in a snow deck. We'll just try and pick up a few for the Berg Strider. Stalwart Valkyrie has been pretty good for me in general. Nice to have a flying beater. And Dwarven Reinforcements is pretty strong. I'd rather be in a blue-red deck than a blue-white deck. So I think I'm going to go with the Dwarven Reinforcements here. Our rare here is the blue-white Saga, which makes a bird token, and then maybe card draw if you hit with the bird token, and then you get to sideboard one card onto the top of your deck, which is useful sometimes. We might be going into a blue-red deck here, so I'm not necessarily super interested in the snow-covered forest. But we don't really need to be married to this Dwarven Reinforcements. It's just sort of a decent card. The fact that this snow-covered forest is in here so late is actually kind of interesting. I'm going to pick this up and hedge our way into maybe a blue-green snow deck. And in here, sort of along those lines, the Horizon Seeker would play well with that, as would this Replicating Ring, which gives us snow mana. Horizon Seeker I like a little more than Replicating Ring, but Replicating Ring lets us sort of stay more open to various different colors. So I might just go with the Replicating Ring. Other interesting cards in this pack are the Drauggr's Helm. This card has killed me a few times. I don't think I've ever cast it, but it seems okay. Iron Verdict is fine. Run Amok, we're probably not a very aggressive deck. So I think it's, for me, between the Horizon Seeker and the Replicating Ring. I'm going to go with the ring just because we don't know exactly what colors we're going to go into. Then that leaves us in this pack with a few choices. We could take this blue-white duel, which isn't snow, but would open us up into white for the next pack. Bind the Monster, I think, is pretty close to unplayable. It kills you half the time you cast it, so I'm not interested in that. We take up this black snow land. We will be open to maybe going into black snow stuff. And the fact it's so late in the pack makes me think that snow is probably open. This is almost like totally tabled. I think we're just going to pick up all the snow lands here, even though they're not duels. We'll see what we can scrounge together. Snow-covered mountain isn't a particularly strong... Well, I mean, if we go in like Temur Snow, that might be okay. This pack, it's between the Snow-Covered Mountain and the Skemfar Elder Hall. Because this is a sort of removal on a land, which is nice, and it makes some creatures. The rest of the cards in here aren't particularly exciting. I'm going to go with this Snow land. Since we are probably in a snow deck, I think our choice now is probably between Priest of the Haunted Edge and Glittering Frost. Of the two, Glittering Frost is stronger in a snow deck, because it enables us a little more into snow stuff. Try and pick up snow payoffs in the next couple packs. And that's another Glittering Frost. That's pretty exciting to see. So I think we're into the snow deck for sure. Basically base green, and then we can go sort of wherever we want. In this pack, we're probably not black-red, really. I think the most powerful card in here is Carter's Vicious Return, but we'll probably not be playing it. Although if we're in 5-color snow, let's hedge. Why not? We're going to play the 5-color nonsense deck. Which, in that case, let's take the card that can make us treasure and do card selection. Probably won't end up making the main deck, but we'll see. We're basically just going to see what we get in pack 2, and that'll sort of guide what we do, because we've already taken like nothing but like fixing and lands here. So here it's between a few different things that you might want. Since we're base green, I'm going to go with the Snakeskin Veil to maybe protect one of our key creatures, because that's usually what this kind of deck wants to do, is sort of a protect the queen strategy. We're definitely not in white, at least, so we'll take the Skull Raid. Probably won't cast it. Same with the Vault Robber, that's a forced pick. Okay, so our next pack, our rare is Herald Unites the Elves. We get to mill 3 and then get an elf from our graveyard onto the battlefield, or you buy an elf. Then each of our elves gets a 1/1 counter, and then whenever an elf attacks, target creature and opponent controls gets -1/-1 till end of turn. We don't really have elves at all. We might pick up like a Sentinel or something, but probably not. Since we're in a snow deck, we're just going to go with the snow payoff here and the Boreal Outrider to sort of make sure all of our creatures are large. Regretting not taking that elf enchantment, because this is Tyvar Kell. He does make elves, so that would be pretty sweet to tutor this out. We're just going to windmill slam the Tyvar Kell here. Although we would like to pick up that Berg Strider. We won't see that come around again. I don't think we can pass up Tyvar, just making 1/1s every turn, or making some elves that get bigger. And there is a chance we end up with more elves, like Boreal Outrider's an elf, Sculptor of Winter is an elf. I don't think we've seen any of those yet. We'll see where this goes. This might be like a Jund snow deck. Probably not Jund. We're probably going to want to at least play the Berg Strider. Probably won't be playing this Vault Robber, but we're just going to keep everything in the deck here until we get to really see what this is going to end up looking like. A lot of sagas in this pack and a dual land that we're interested in. The Bears of Lit Jara is pretty strong. It makes any number of shapeshifters 4/4 on the second one, and it makes a 2/2 when it comes out. So that synergizes pretty nice with our Maskwood Nexus. I've had this card just be kind of medium in the past, though. I almost want to just take the other Berg Strider because it's just, I think, probably more impactful. But I think the Bears of Lit Jara is more fun. So I'm going to go with the fun pick. The smart pick would be the Berg Strider or the Ice Tunnel, but I'm going to go with the Bears of Lit Jara for fun. Oh, and there's a Svella. So now we're really doing the 5-color nonsense. We could also consider this Behold the Multiverse. It's probably the best blue common. But I don't think Behold is better than Svella for us. All right, so this also has a mythic in it. It is Haunting Voyage. Choose a creature type. Return up to two creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this was foretold, you get them all back. We don't really have a tribal thing going. Most of our stuff is tokens. I think we probably just want this 5/5. Oh, there's another Boreal Outrider. I think we're going to go with that. We might have to start taking some more Snowlands because we only have 4 Snowlands and 2 Glittering Frosts and Svella, but we probably want more Snow Duels if we see any coming around late. There's a snow-covered island, which I think we're just gonna have to pick up because our deck is on. It might be on like not playable without Snowlands. Although this Struggle for Skemfire might be good. This Provoke the Trolls might be good. Poison the Cup might be good, but we're not really heavy black. We're gonna take this snow-covered island for the snow value. And our mana base is going to be a nightmare, huh? We might play this card as Vicious Return, actually. All right, so in this pack we have Snow-Covered Forest. Binding the Old Gods might be stronger than Snow-Covered Forest. That's a hard maybe, though. This is unconditional removal for anything. I don't know if I can really pass that up. I think I just need more snow-covered lands. We'll draft a deck in pack 3. We'll take the Shimmerdrift Veil here. There's nothing super exciting in here. The Bloodline Pretender is kind of interesting. So is the Glade Warden. Now we're playing like 5-color nonsense. We need the rainbow land here. All right. The Herald Unites the Elves tabled. That's pretty exciting. So that'll let us get our Herald back. Or, I mean, our Tyvar at least. Then we'll take this Snow Duel Highland Forest, maybe? What do we have for creatures? We have 5 creatures. We need more creatures, I guess, at some point. But until then, we're going to take this Highland Forest. Actually, we should probably take the Blizzard Brawl, right? Yeah, we'll always have snow in this deck, I think. So mana fixing would be good. What's in here? Like nothing? Invasion of the Giants, maybe, but it's not a creature. We just need creatures, so I'm going to take the Carful Kennel Master. And we're just going to take this snow-covered plains now, because we'll probably play a plains, maybe. Is Run Ashore better? Yeah, let's take Run Ashore. Why not? It's a good hit off of Svella. Struggle came back. That's nice. King Herald's Revenge, we probably won't play. Whatever. All right, so pack 3. Our choices are this Burning Rune Demon, which I've never seen before. This EHBs, you can search for 2 cards that are not Burning Rune Demon with different names. And an opponent chooses one of them, put the chosen card in your hand and the other in your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Well, we're playing 5-color nonsense, and that's just a 6/6 flyer. I think that's good enough. 5-color mythics deck. We're kind of got like an elf thing going a little. I might want to pick up this Skemfar Shadow Sage. You have like 0 2-drops. Maybe I just want like a 2-drop so I don't get run over. No, I'm going to take the Shadow Sage. We're almost like a weird 5-color shapeshifter tribal deck thing. We can pick up 2-drops later in this pack. We have 8 creatures. Well, this kind of counts as a creature or 2. Since we're kind of doing tribal-y things, we do like shapeshifters, and I do like Masked Vandal. How many lands do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus other stuff. Yeah, we probably have enough snow by now. I like having a masked Vandal. I think that card's fine. There's enough in equipment and enchantments and stuff running around that I don't mind main decking one of these. We do need ways to kill them. So as much as I would like to take this on-color duel, we just kind of need creatures and stuff to do with 2 mana. So I'm going to take Augury Raven. Actually, we should probably take Grizzled Outrider because we can find it with Herald Unites the Elves. So the Augury Raven's probably better. This deck will be fun to see if it works. I don't think we're going to do well with it. We need like 2-drops, right? So maybe this Axguard Cavalry is the way to go now. We're like pretty full on like 3s and 4s. I don't want to load up on those too much. Maybe the Axguard Cavalry that could give haste to stuff. Yeah, let's go with this. I think I like it more than the Harbinger. Actually, yeah, and we're more red, so we're gonna go with that. We're like almost Jund. Strange deck. Tybalt's Trickery would be weird to pick here. Probably don't want to cast that. Do we have any Grizzled Outriders? We got one of them. Yeah, none of these are like 2-drops, so I don't really care about any of these in particular. I think the on-colored, I think the Snow Duel is where we want to be. How many creatures do we have? We have 11? But what else counts as a creature? Tyvar kind of counts as creatures. This kind of counts as creatures. That's more like 13. Can we cast Furja? You might be able to cast Furja in this. That would be pretty aggressively 5-color. Reserve that. Probably Elderleaf Mentor is more castable for us, but I kind of like Furja as a higher impact play. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Sculptor of Winter Table, so we definitely want that. And this is going to be a nightmare of a deck to put together. We're not really running the Vault Robber, are we? I guess we just need like 2-drops. Never making a token. This card is like worse than nothing. What's in here? Another Sculptor. Very nice. Very nice. We're getting all those back. I'd like to see it. So we can get this Vault Robber out of here. Let's try and cut this down to 23-ish cards while the draft goes on. We're probably not playing Seize the Spoils. Are we playing the Snakeskin Veil? Yeah, we need to like protect the cards we actually care about, so we probably keep that. I think all of those are low drops we keep. We got to cut from the top here. Are we really going to be casting Carter's Vicious Return in here? We could maybe shoot something for 3. Oh, we can reanimate something with it, which is kind of fun. Oh, Skull Raid. We're gonna get that out of there. How do you sneak in there? Okay, we can pick a few things in this pack. Maybe Arnie slays the troll, but our creatures aren't that big. Might not necessarily win the fight. Maybe another Axguard Cavalry, sure, but I don't know if we'll play 2. Another pack. I'm just gonna rare draft this Mystic Reflection because it's pretty fun. We'll think about playing that. But this card has not excited me the few times I've cast it in draft. It's probably too greedy to play Ferja, but we have 14 creatures. I think we need to cut non-creatures. I don't think we're going to cast Run Ashore. Card doesn't particularly impress me. It kills me sometimes, but I'm not excited about it. Return Upon the Tide. Yeah, we got a few elves. Why not? Berg Strider we're keeping. Carful Kennel Master we might not. We don't care about any of these cards. Dual Strike, sure. I maybe should have taken the Annul as a sideboard card. Well, this is really just rare draft deck, huh? Raise the Draugr? Maybe. Got a few gems back. That's nice. All right. So our Armada base without dual lands is pretty wild. We're just going to ignore that for now. So we need to cut like 4, maybe 5 spells from here. Don't think we can cut any mana fixing. So I think we need to cut like 3 cards. We're going to go to, no, 4 cards. We need to go to 23. We can have 17 lands. As much as I want mass, well, no, we don't want 2 Axguard Cavalry. That's not really what this deck is doing. We can side them in if we're fighting an aggressive deck, but it's fine. And to that token, 12 creatures. Is that enough for Blizzard Brawl to be good? Yeah, it's probably good enough. So we probably need to actually cut from our top end, or our 4s. That's kind of a creature too. Skemfar is okay. I think we're going to cut the Carful, and the Return Upon the Tide is actually maybe in consideration because there's a few impactful things to reanimate. And we kind of have another reanimator thing here going on with this guy. Maybe Carful stays in. Does Herald Unites the Elves? Is that worth including? Because that gets us back any elf or Tyvar. I don't know. If I spend 4 mana to get back Tyvar, and then another 4 mana to play him again on 1 turn and make a 1/1, that doesn't seem like a great value. We have like, a decent amount of elves. Like, how many things do we have our elves? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is interesting, actually. What do I cut? Maybe well, certainly not Glittering Frost, eh? Well, what do I have for removal? I have Blizzard Brawl, I have Carter's it's kind of conditional. This is really slow. I'm not going to count it. Struggle. Is that it? So we can't really cut any more removal. A lot of our removal is fight-based, so I don't really want to cut creatures. This deck's like really hard to build. I don't know if Dwarven Reinforcements makes the cut anymore. It's not particularly impactful, and it's sort of not a color we're really playing as much. Reduces the amount we need to like splash. If we were playing this King Harold's Revenge, then maybe, but probably not. So how many creatures do we have now? We have 12, 13, It's kind of like 14, kind of like 15. Our top end is like these guys. Maybe this. These are like what we're trying to win with. We're just trying to survive till we play these. Yeah. But we have a lot of elves, don't we? We have Grizzled Outrider. Elves we make with this. Tyvar tokens, sculptors, turn those into 3/3s. Yeah, that's kind of good. And this is a really difficult cut. I think it's got to be. I kind of like Snakeskin Veil a lot. I don't want to cut that either. How many foretell cards do we have? Because I don't want to go too low on stuff to do on 2. Yeah, this is a foretell. This is a foretell. That's about it. So we have like 5 things to do on turn 2, which isn't super exciting. Which would be another like point if we want to keep this Dwarven reinforcements in. It gives us more stuff to do on 2. Then we can overload a little on our 4s when we go all out with a Glittering Frost or something. This Ferja might be too greedy. If we cut Ferja, then we can avoid having to play white. But we'll probably want to play white anyway just to play this, so we can keep the Ferja in. Now let's cut this Enforcements, whatever. And I kind of want both of these 1-drops. Is it incorrect to cut a Glittering Frost? It probably is. With our mana base. So what does Herald Unite the Elves hit? How many hits do we have? We have none of those. We have Grizzled Outrider. We have Tyvar. We have the Outriders. And we have Sculptors. And I guess also Masked Vandal. We could cut Masked Vandal. It's not like majorly impactful. Cutting it makes our Herald worse, though. It makes our Tyvar worse, so we want to keep in as many elves as we can in this 5-color deck. Geez. If we cut Carfell, I mean, 4/4s are pretty big in this format. So why are we keeping Snakeskin Veil? We're probably tapping out all the time. We're not really going to have mana up for this very often. We can bring it in game 2 if we really need to. Okay, fine. That's the cut. So let's just reorganize this. To the proper curve. So that's what we got. We're going to put in all of our snow lands. No, not you, Mystic Reflection. Stay out. And then we're going to click the Suggest Lands, which suggests that we play 4 forests, 2 swamps, and a mountain. So let's put in a plains. Put in a plains, a mountain, four forests. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a swamp. And probably an island. Okay, so now we need to do some analysis of our mana. Let's make this large. By and large, we're base green, so we need probably like 8 or 9 green sources. So what are our green sources? We have 4 of those basics, 5, 6, Maybe 7 if you count the Shimmer Drift Veil. Okay, 7's perhaps acceptable. Might be tough, but can maybe work with it. Especially since we want to cast these Glittering Frosts. If we don't cast the Glittering Frost, then we're really in trouble. But let's see about our red sources. We only have 2 things I care about red. We have Carter and Svella. Svella is important. Carter is less so. We have 3 red sources, which is fine for a splash. When it comes to white, so that's our red sources here. Comes to white, we only have 1 white pip, and it's on Fairja. We can probably cast it off of any of these. We have a Snowfield Sinkhole. I think 2 white sources is probably fine. 3 if you count this. We have a decent amount of black, so we might want a little more heavy on the black side. Because we have a lot of double black pips. And in terms of black sources, we have what? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 2 of them come into play untapped. We might want 1 more black source, but that might be overkill. In terms of blue, blue is also a bit of a splash just for the Bears of Lityara and Bergstrider. And we would have, I think we only need like 3 sources of blue. So I might cut this island. We're going to cut this island, and I think we're going to add another forest. Which would bring us to 8 green sources. And I'm not good at math or magic. But I think this will do. How did I end up with 41 cards? How many lands do I have? $18 lands. Oh. Did I not cut the island? I did cut the island. Must have added too many. Oh, okay, well, 7's fine, I guess. Done. That's a heck of a deck box there. 5 color shapeshifter elves. I think we need to pick a different sleeve. This is certainly a City of Brass deck, I think. All right. Wish me luck. This is going to be wild. We're going to either fall on our face or do some silly things. Thanks. So we're going to play first. Should maybe think about drawing first. So in our hand, we have 2 lands. 1 more and we'll be able to cast Replicating Ring and basically do whatever we want. But since we're on the draw, I don't think we can keep this. If we fail to draw land, we just lose. So we got to mulligan it. This is a little better. We have 4 lands, Tyvar, Herald, and Skemfar. I think we need to get rid of the Herald unites the elves in this, but I think we keep this. Herald unites the elves, though, gets us into more stuff, but we might not necessarily see it, so I think this is the weakest of the 3 cards. And we just have to draw, like, hot fire. Okay, they're on a slow deck, which is nice. I think we're going to be able to go Svella into Tyvar, which is going to be pretty sweet. They're on a blue-black deck, probably kind of snowy. They're going to foretell. It's most likely that's some kind of Behold the Multiverse. As far as they know, we're on green-red right now. And see, now Svella is the kind of card that just demands an answer, so we'll see if they go for it right now. We don't know what their foretold card is here. I'll just foretell again. Can't complain about that too much. So let's play Tyvar while their shields are down. Let's make an elf. And I guess we can get in because we're not making a monolith. So now we're making an elf every turn, which is sweet. Next turn we can play our Skemfar for a drain of 3. Or we could play Skemfar for a drain of 2 and make it a 3/5, which I kind of like. Draugr Necromancer. Not super concerned about that right now. We also have 6 mana available, which is kind of fun. We're not going to be able to spend all of our mana here. Well, okay, so if I activate Svella to make a monolith, I'll have 4 mana available, right? Yeah. And we'll play Skemfar. We're gonna drain 2. And we're gonna untap our Skemfar Shadow Sage. Make that a 3/6. If they have removal for the Shadow Sage, it's a little unfortunate, but we can bring it back, which is very sweet. How much mana to activate Svella? We need 8. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can activate Svella next turn if we tap out, which is kind of fun. I don't know if we need to, but knowing that we can is pretty cool. That's a Yeti. Might need to deal with that sooner rather than later because it's going to eat our Tyvar. For now, I'm not as concerned. Okay, so what do we do? I think the obvious thing would be to play a 5/5. Then we can also foretell this Return Upon the Tide, which might be useful. We're not going to be blocking with Tyvar. He's not in danger of dying, so we're not worried about that. I mean, this Frostpeak's just going to kill Tyvar first chance it gets. I guess I can get in with my Shadow Sage, which is pretty sweet. Let's do that.
Your courage is legendary.
If they want to trade both of their creatures into my Skemfar Shadow Sage, I'm okay with it. Otherwise, that's just 4 damage we just get to put in there. Now we'll foretell this bad boy. Because I assume they're going to have to cast some sort of removal spell soon because this is getting out of control for them. Does Draugr Necromancer? Oh, if not creature... Oh, that's going to be a problem. We're going to need to take care of that. That actively works against our Return Upon the Tide. Carful Kennelmaster. Alright, we might lose Tyvar, which is unfortunate. But that means we get to swing in next turn with a pretty big army. Yeah. Okay. Not the most pleased about that, but I'll take it for now. How much mana do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more mana and we can activate Svella. So since we're not really doing anything, we're going to make a monolith to ensure that we can do that. And then we're going to get in for 9. Yeah, they have to lose their Kennel Master to not be in a very precarious position. So I'm pretty okay with this. And then next turn, we can activate Svella and start doing cool stuff. Oh, interesting. I guess I don't have any snowlands to activate the Yeti with. It's pretty interesting. Sure. I can take 4. They come in for 4. Means we have a pretty big army here that we can mess around with. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to activate Svella. Actually, we don't have any... Well, we might have like a fight card or something. When we go top 4? Yeah, I like this. Glittering Frost, Blizzard Brawl. Yeah, so if we Blizzard Brawl, kill their 5/5. That's pretty sweet. As long as I have 3 or more snow permanents, done. Now they have to give up their Yeti as well. We're in a good spot. It's not to say board wipes don't exist in this world. They have 1 more land and Blood on the Snow. We're in trouble. But I guess that's an untenable position for them, so we're going to go to game 2. That worked out pretty well. Our opponent is on a pretty slow deck, so we can kind of get away with a lot of stuff. In fact, I might bring in this Run Ashore and drop some early... No, I don't know. Is Run Ashore going to be better for us than Maskwood Nexus? The creatures are all so big that I kind of think it is. Actually, is that better than Carter's Vicious Return? Yeah, they have like exile effects. Oh, I don't know. What are cards? Let's... That's... What do we get rid of? I think in our deck, Carful is going to be better than Run Ashore most of the time, but their creatures are also expensive that I think Run Ashore is going to be better for us in this game. I didn't see any removal coming from them, so I'm not interested in bringing in the Snakeskin Veil. King Harold's Revenge to force them to block might be fun. But I think we're just going to go with this. Why not? Our opponent is having a difficult time choosing whether to play or draw. So I will view the battlefield. looks cold. Can make our little trophy thing here. Zoom around. Well, it's their timer. They are entitled to do with it as they see fit. They're going to be going first. We didn't draw any lands, so we are certainly going to be mulliganing this. What a nice collection of cards, though. It's like opening any random booster pack. That's a mulligan. This is kind of keepable. I mean, we can play 3 out of the like 5 spells in here, and it kind of ramps us a little. I don't like this, but we'll keep it. We are the least likely to be able to cast this. Well, probably the Bergstrider. Firja is more likely. I think, well, what do we have more? Blue or white sources? I think it's about the same, right? Against their deck, I prefer to have a flyer, so we'll go with that. This is, I'll admit, quite sketch. We need to draw like lands and other good spells because there's a chance this hand plays 2/2s and does nothing. Our opponent is also not really doing much. There is a possibility that they're sort of timed out. This will be fine, actually. Okay, so the sequencing is we want to play our tapped land first. So we can play Sculptor of Winter. And since we drew this Boreal Outrider, we can actually get some stuff going. As long as they don't remove either of our 2 Sculptors, or one of our 2 Sculptors, we're fine. They are finding their lands, which is nice for them. Let's play out our Sculptor. So I think the line here is going to be playing our Shimmer Drift for white. And then running out the Boreal Outrider. Is it? Maybe we should play the Sculptor so that we can power out a pretty early Firja. That'd be turn 3? Turn 3 Firja is kind of fun. I guess turn 4. This is an untapped land. We could turn 3 Firja. No, we couldn't. I guess the fastest we can do is turn 4. Kaldheim Ring. That is a good target for our Masked Vandal if we ever lose a creature. So we got a snow-covered swamp. I think what we want to do is play Shimmer Drift Veil for white, and then we're going to run out this Boreal Outrider. And we're going to play a 3/5 Firja on our next turn. Here's the Draugr Necromancer. Ooh, Svella. So that's going to be black. We're going to untap that. We're going to play Firja. Make a 3/5 flyer. And say go. This lets them replay snow permanent cards from their graveyard. So if they have a removal spell, they're pointing this right here. Which will, I guess, let us Vandal away their Cauldron, which is nice. And we can certainly, actually, if Firja lives, we can double spell. We can Sculptor of Winter into Svella. All right. I think we're in business here. We're gonna Sculptor of Winter number 2 with Snow Mana. You get a 3/3. Then we're gonna Svella with Snow Mana, make that a 3/5. And then we're gonna put one of them in our hand and the rest in the graveyard. I think Grizzled Outrider we want in our hand. Skimfire Shadow Sage. It's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage here. Well, we got 3 elves. You what, 4? Maybe 5 damage? Guaranteed. But I think Grizzled Outrider is going to do better for us in the long run. It just gets harder. Then we'll get in for 3. And we're sitting pretty here. Can they activate Lityara Mirror Lake? They don't have a second blue source, so no. They might come in with the Horizon Seeker, if only to activate the boast. But I'm not really interested in blocking right now, because I have the lifelink flying. Raiders Carve. All of our 3/5s are making their life a little hard. So the question is, do we kill the Carve or do we kill the Cauldring? The Cauldring, I'm not really super concerned about, actually. So what does this do? We can Grizzled Outrider, make a 6/6. And then we can make a Monolith also. And that's, I can do that instant speed, which is pretty sweet. So let's get in with Firja. We'll play Grizzled Outrider with Snow Mana, make a 6/6. We'll end turn. If they don't do anything, we can make a Monolith. And then we're kind of in business. Then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. It won't be the worst thing in the world to try and activate Svella. Ooh, Finn the Fangbearer. Poison counters. This takes 3 to crew. Draugr Recruiter. Okay, their hand's empty. I'm not really concerned about that Cauldring anymore. It only gets back snow permanents, right? The only thing it gets back is the Necromancer. You attacking right now? Guess they're looking for lands? They don't have any creatures or anything on board. There's like no onboard tricks, right? Do any of these have Death Touch? No? Okay. Oh, okay, goodbye. Well, that was pretty fun. Got to do some pretty silly things with our 5-color weirdness. All right, let's go to our second match. One more and we get a little bit of cash back. We are drafting the 5-color mythics deck. Plus Snow and Elf Tribal. So we're going to play first. Yeah, that does pretty much everything we want to do. We're going to keep that. We can go Sculptor into Glittering Frost, which I like to see. Into Tyvar. As long as they're not aggressive in any particular way, I like this quite a lot. So I guess the question is, do we power out Tyvar or the Glittering Frost? What's more important? Probably the Tyvar is more important to power out early. So let's do that. Now we can start making 1/1s. They're also like Llanowar dead.
Glory for all of us.
Oh, this is sweet. This is very sweet. Let's just keep making elves.
Go.
Glittering frost on the swamp, on the non-snow forest. So we have. That's a lot of mana. I guess we can also Herald Unites the elves, right? Yeah, I guess so. This is pretty funny. Oh my goodness, and we actually hit an elf too, and it's Sculptor of Winter. All right, they got our Mountain and our Mass Vandal.
They will remember our names together.
We will remember our names together. They can't really... I mean, they have to play a few creatures here, or else they're kind of in trouble, right? I have at least 4 elves that are attacking. Do I have them dead? I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're just dead. That was really silly. I don't know if it gets better than that. I didn't see much out of them. I don't really know how to particularly sideboard, so we'll just run it back. In the sideboard games, we're in between matches, so it resets between like opponents, so it was already back in there. So that's not too big a worry. This hand doesn't do anything. We have no red mana. I guess we can cast Skemfar Shadow Sage, but without red. If we had a mountain in here, this would be good, but I don't think we can keep this. It does too little. This, on the other hand, we can't keep. We've got... We can go 2, 3, 4. Count it up. Our opponent must be thinking to themselves, oh my goodness, what do I keep against that? And unfortunately for us, our hand is significantly worse than before. I guess we're just going to play our 2 into our 3 into our 4. And they're going to play a more aggressive hand, so we might die. Just got to run out the Masked Vandal now to block. They have to put an equipment on this for it to be good. So if we play the ring, that lets us play maybe the 6/6 flyer if we draw a land. Is that right? Because then we have 3, we go up to 4, draw a land would be 5, it wouldn't be enough. But we could play Carful. You're doing the big think here. Comb is faithful. No attack. Fine by me. So next turn we can Carfell. So I may want to trade with Comb is faithful. We are certainly playing the control role in this game. We are not the beatdown. We're going to be discarding 2 cards, so we want to keep the demon, and I think we probably want to keep Carfell. Is that right? Maybe we don't keep the demon, because we want to be able to block their stuff, and Skemfar Shadow Sage does that pretty well. And I guess 2/2s are pretty good here. Oh, this is a tough one. Well, I think the least good one is Carfell, and I think we probably also get rid of the Nexus. That's 2 mana hungry. We just don't have enough mana to make that good. That was good skill rate. But now if they attack, I don't think we block because we can make up some of the life loss with our Shadow Sage. I mean, we can block the Berserker, but we won't block the Coma. The Coma is faithful. Great Serpent, hear my song. We wait, our faith unshaken, for your glorious return. Much like I wait for my opponent to make a decision about attacking. If they're thinking this much about the attacking the Coma's faithful into my Vandal, I might actually want to trade. Because that means it's like one of their few creatures. Okay. Feel like we're gonna go for Skemfar Shadow Sage here. And we are going to gain life, given that we are not the beatdown. So do we have elves in our graveyard? We do not. Since we have Herald Unites the Elves, I am happy to trade now. More than happy. Boreal Outrider. We're going to hold on to our Herald Unites the Elves because that'll get us a creature back. Two more lands and we can Burning Rune Demon. Gosh, this card is absurd. We might be... Oh, that's interesting. Okay. No? Sure. So if we Carter's Vicious Return... No, I don't think that's correct. To sacrifice a creature here. Do they have any creatures in their graveyard? No. Well, we could Vicious Return and then discard Burning Rune Demon, and that'll get it back in 3 turns. I think that's maybe a better long-term play. And then if they kill something... Yeah, we're just going to do the discard reanimate play here. Got a Foretell coming in. 6/4. I hear ya. I hear ya. So this will kill Coma's Faithful or the Boreal Outrider. Let's see what they pick. And take the Boreal Outrider. Each player mills 3, which is pretty sweet here. Oh my gosh, and we can get back Grizzled Outrider with Herald. I like this. I like this. We have Blizzard Brawl, which is sweet. We're going to discard Burning Rune Demon. Herald Unites the Elves now is probably good. Let's get back that Grizzled Outrider. Then next turn we get a 6/6 Flying Demon. I guess it's going to be a 7/7 Flying Demon. Burning Rune Demon. We get 2 cards with different names. We will take this action. What do we want? We're gonna take, yeah, and I guess a removal spell. Oh my gosh, Return Upon the Tide. We'll see if our opponent concedes on the spot. Oh, they get to put one back, so they get rid of our Tide Arkel, so we can return something upon the tide now. If it's an elf, we'll get 2 more elves. But regardless, let's get in there. I'm okay with this. Now we will Glittering Frost, our forest. I said Glittering Frost, our forest. Sure. Now let's Blizzard Brawl. Have this Shadow Sage eat their 2/2. Actually, no, we should hold on to that. Well, this is going to be 4 mana next turn. Get something back. And how much mana do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll foretell that. I wonder what their foretold card is. I don't need to block that. How exactly are they at 20 life? Did they gain like a bajillion life at some point? Oh, come with Faithful. Lifelink. Yes. So let's return upon the tide. Let's get back a Grizzled Outrider. Get some elves. Let's have our Burning Rune Demon eat their 3/4. And then to combat. Whenever an elf I control attacks, target creature in opponent control gets -1/-1 till end of turn. Shoot your zombie. Yeah. Masked Vandal. Guess they'll finally get rid of our replicating ring. Too little, too late, I fear. Get in for 7. Everybody. No! Whoops, miss lethal. We gave him a draw step. It didn't matter, but we could have just killed him that turn. I misclicked. All right, that went pretty well. Let's go into our final match. This one's for all the marbles. And regardless of how this one turns out, I'm pretty happy with how this deck played out. This is a silly thing that I have accomplished, and I had a lot of fun. So we're going to play first. This we cannot do anything with, so we will mulligan. This is better, but we have to really draw hot. How greedy? Well, yeah, fine. I'll keep it. We're going to see what we can draw right off the top of our deck for the whole game. They are also greedy. Perhaps. Raven Wings. Oh, I don't like that. That could be trouble. If they have like any amount of spells in their like 5 cards, then this is probably pretty good. Okay. So we've got our swamp here. Let's Glittering Frost one of these. Doesn't really matter. Probably the forest. And then we're going to Berg Strider them next turn. Oh, we're Berg Stridering the next turn. No blocks. Ooh, and Tyvar. Very nice. That guy's not untapping for a while. In for 3. Ooh, Cyril's Packmate. That's a pretty nice draw. And now I believe we are at the stalemate stage, because I don't think we can really attack. Oh, yeah, we can attack now. We gonna Blizzard Brawl their Sculptor. No, yeah, the Sculptor. Yeah, lets them ramp a little. It's more important to kill than the Packmate, maybe. Get indestructible, huh? Well, we could kill the Craven Hulk, but I'm not as worried about that. I think we kill the Packmate. As long as he doesn't have Frostbite. I didn't play around Frostbite. If we had Frostbite there, that'd be pretty rough. Tyvar Kell. For 9. If we make a 1/1, we keep Tyvar for another turn. No, we don't keep them, actually. They can Raven Wings, but then they're taking a lot of damage next turn. I'm not going to be able to stop that. You can have them. There's a 4-mana 1/1. Ooh, Lindworm. That's pretty good. Now we're in trouble. They just suit that up with some Raven Wings and they're going to town. That'll kill us pretty quick. Oh, and Ice-Eye Troll. Ugh. Yeah, we're running out of gas here and we're bricking on lands. No attacks. They can pump that once, make it a 4/3 indestructible. And we're dead next turn if we don't beat the Raven Wings. Even still, yeah, we just lose. Oh, they trumped us. That's fine. Let's go to game 2. So they don't really have removal as much. Run ashore might be good here. Little better than Maskwood Nexus. All their creatures are just too big. Otherwise, we'll run it back. We had a pretty nice series of plays, but then we just ran out of juice. This does stuff. Yeah, you go Svella into Firja. All right, all right. We got Sculptor, then we'll go Svella, and then Firja on the next turn, maybe? No, we need a lot of mana colors that we don't have with out Svella, so we're going to play this Swamp. We're going to play Svella and get in for 2. It's probably Serulf's Packmate. Knotfold Recluse is fine. So we have potentially 5 mana here. If I make a Monolith, that is 3 mana, and then I will have 3 available, which isn't enough to do anything. So we're just gonna make a 5/5. Say go. This is shaping up to be a long one. So if we make a Monolith, we can't cast Svella with it, can we? Or Firja, right? Because then that's 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'd have 4 left. Then we can make a Scumfar. Yeah, let's do that. Let's drain him. The next turn we can play Firja. And also Sculptor. Oh, baby. Here's the demon. They can make their blocker indestructible, so we are not attacking. We can make their attacker a 6/3 indestructible, which is also very concerning. They will concede to the sheer value of Svella Firja, so they don't know about our demon. I almost wonder if I should play King Harold's Revenge against them. We tend to have more creatures than they do. Sometimes. Let's just run it back. It's fine. All right, this game's for all the marbles. See if we can finish this draft off with a healthy 3-0, or if we're going to go to the typical 2-1. Well, that's not doing it. None of those are green. This is more doable. I think we got to put back the run ashore, though. I don't think, as is, this is doing enough. This has to be green. And then we have to play Snowfield Sinkhole. And then, well, I guess we'll see if we draw an untapped land here. We did not, so we have to play the Snowfield Sinkhole. And then next turn, we have to play the Glittering Frost. Searles? No. We're going to have a real aggro time here, I suppose. So what do we do about this? Ice Eye Troll. Okay. So we can play Carfell Kennel Master, actually. And that might just be bigger than anything they can do. They're gonna try and just aggro us out here. I'm not worried about it. We're gonna have to... We can kill this troll, though, with the Blizzard Brawl. I think that is the most dangerous thing they have. And I guess we can go in for 5 here. Don't see a good reason why not. Yeah, they can start playing red stuff. Ooh, Frostbite. I like it. Okay, we got to play the control roll then. So let's play Tyvar. Make a 1/1.
Of course, I'm hero material. Just look at me. There's enough glory for all of us.
Then I guess I can get in for 4. We're kind of racing. We want to get in under those that Lindworm, I guess. Can we save Tyvar? I think we can. I get to kill my 1/1, which is fine. Does it say? Yeah, we're gonna kill their Spirit of the Elder Guard. And let's make a 1/1. And we'll make a Sculptor. And now our Carfell Kennel Master is a little too valuable to just throw away, so I'm not going to attack. I think we are going to want to start making +1/+1 counters on our masks, or one of these guys here. Craven Hulk, okay. Skimfar Shadow Sage. Does that change the math at all? We've got 4, that'll be hitting them for 5. So if we bring them to 6, they're dead. They certainly won't allow that, so... making another 1/1 drops them down to 5, which I do like. So let's make a 1/1.
They will remember our names together.
And if I attack with the Carfell Kennel Master... they block with either, I think they would block with both of the dwarves, and then none of my creatures ever get through. So we're just going to sit like this. And now we can start building up our Skimfar Shadow Sage. Big boards like this favor the defender pretty heavily due to double blocks. All right, let's see if you got a removal or some kind of extra thing. No? Okay.
Bare your fangs.
It might be more valuable to just keep that in my hand, but I like having a lot of mana. They are quickly running out of cards, though. Do I just chump that? Yeah, I can just chump that. It's fine. Once I +1 the Shadow Sage again. Ooh. Very nice. There goes the Shadow Sage. All right, can I beat this board? That's a great question.
I believe we
Keep this card in hand here. Although we're in trouble now. Now we're in trouble. They might run us over with this. They could swing out. That Basalt Raviter pretty much might have won them the game. Ooh, another Ice Hide Troll. Alright, we gotta do some blocking. So one of them can hit Tyvar and we can still do stuff. So let's go to our blockers. We'll trade that there. Let's trade the Carful. Bergie Boy, that's a good one here. So then we can tap down their Icehide Troll, because that's going to just be indestructible and a problem for us. We're going to buff up our Sculptor of Winter.
bare your fangs.
So many Craven Hulks. That's what, 3 of them now? Sure is. Might be seeing the end of Tyvar here. Yeah, I guess you can have them. That's fine.
I don't believe it.
I do. Ooh, no, okay. We are in very much trouble. We need, like, Return Upon the Tide. Well, we got a few things. I think, yeah. So that can be as big as 4. So that's, what, 12 coming in? I think we got a block. If we block, we lose something. It can be as much as 12, and then we pretty much die the next turn if we take this. I can make my position significantly worse. Do I have outs? So, okay. If I draw Run Aground, no, that's not going to do it. Ferja is not going to do it. Carter's Vicious Return is not going to do it. Guess we're going to block there. We'll take 8. But now we're in trouble. I think we most likely die. That might have been the worst thing to do. Return upon the tide. Okay, so we have options. Yes. We will... So if we attack for 4... No, it's not worth it. We need to just do this. It's probably the best thing we could have drawn. Then do we just gain the life or do we put them at 1? We put them at 1. So if they attack with stuff, we can start blocking. And I think our highest % chance to win is if we put them at 1 and leave them dead to Carter's Vicious Return. I guess it's at 2. So we need to keep 1 creature back, and then we can maybe rip Carter's Vicious Return off the top. Ooh, Sir Rolf's. They all in. No. But we have to start blocking. They can make their Ice-Side Troll big enough to kill Skemfar, so we don't block with that there. This goes here. And that would put us at 1. We don't know if they have a trick. Bergstrider. Well, we're not ever getting in. I guess we can trade. I think the game needs to get smaller for us to have a good shot. All right, one-time Carters. Not Carters, but it gives us lifelink. So if we can survive with Ferja up, we kill them on the crackback. We're at virtual 7. Can we survive at virtual 7? Well, I guess we just have to block. So we block the things that are biggest. The 4/4. This 3/3. This 3/3. And they get in for... No, I think we just die. Good game. Yeah, that needed to be Carter's Vicious Return off the top. Oh well. That was a close one. It was a good game. If we had gained the life, we wouldn't have been in a position to win. I think it was still the correct decision. Yeah, we make a little bit of gems back. That's fine. 4 packs. Yeah, let's do 1 more of these. And I'll probably take a break. But that deck was really sweet. Is there anything else in there that would have got us out of it? Carter's definitely would have. No, I think that was it. All right, let's draft. right, so in this pack, the rare is Cyclone Summoner, a 7/7 that bounces all non-giants and wizards and lands. It's not super exciting. I don't think it's better than Behold the Multiverse or even Finn the Fangbearer. I think the best card. Oh, Demon Bolt is a strong consideration. This is a really stacked pack. What do we pick? Demon Bolt or Behold? I think I kind of like Demon Bolt a little more. I think red's pretty good. And a lot of people tend to fight over the blue decks, so I might want to try being on a red deck just because we didn't really do that this time. Yeah, let's go Demon Bolt. Which leads us into a past rare, which is Waking the Trolls, which blows up a land, steals one of their lands from their graveyard, and then might make a 4/4. It's kind of interesting. What's gone here? A common, but not the floodplain. I don't think we can really infer too much from this pack. Do we want to play Carter Durham Scourge and just go like the red-black sacrifice deck? There's also Dwarven Hammer, which is a very good card. I think Dwarven Hammer is the best card in here. Yeah, we're doing something aggressive with this deck. And then in our next pack, there's still a lot of blue in here. There's a Mistwalker. There's also a Doomscar Titan. There's a Run Amok. I'm gonna go for the Doomscar Titan. Why not? Mono red so far. Packs are flowing around the table in a reasonable speed. No trains building up too bad. All right, so here we have a few choices and options we could go with. If we go with the Valkyrie sword, we're going to be ending up in sort of probably a white red aggro deck with a lot of equipment. We could also go with this Invasion of the Giants, which would lean us more toward a blue-red giant-y spelly deck, which the Doomscar Titan kind of and the Demon Bolt kind of make me want to go toward anyway. I think the disciplined pick would probably be to pick the Valkyrie sword, but this is a kind of a late Invasion of the Giants. It makes me, and there was a lot of blue in the last pack. We'll see if we can do a blue-red deck with Giants, which would make me want to pick this Squash. What do we got here? Not a lot, actually. This pack is pretty dry of anything interesting. We're not necessarily doing blue-red, so we don't need to be super married to this Invasion of the Giants. It's not, you know, like an all-star card. I think if we hedge towards white and grab this Starnheim Courser, we're probably in a better spot. I won't mind missing out on a Draugr Thought Thief or a Mists of Lityara. All right, so in this deck pack we have in our potential colors basically Giant Ox, not really exciting, although maybe we could do the Ox Plow combo, which would be kind of fun. And this Run Ashore. I think the Run Ashore is better, but Yeah, this pack is, there's nothing really in here for us. This Dream Devourer, maybe? A lot of black cards going around that are actually kind of decent. This Infernal Pet. Now let's hedge even farther and grab the Infernal Pet. And now we can sort of pick any non-green deck in pack 2. There's quite a lot of black cards coming around that are not half bad, like this Death Knell Berserker. I wonder if we're going to end up in the black-red deck. It's possible. I think that Carter might end up in this. That might wheel. So in here, we'll take this Draugr Recruiter. All right, we're doing it. We're going to do the red-black deck. And I think for that, the Raven Wings is probably pretty sweet. Get us some evasion going. As well as Carful Kennel Master. 4/4 is pretty big. We don't necessarily need to be married to black. If we end up with like a particularly strong rare in the next pack in white or blue, we might jump ship, but this could be pretty good. Neither of these are exciting for our deck, but we'll probably play... I think we're more likely to play Dogged Pursuit. To give us some inevitability. We'll take the Skull Raid, sure, why not? And a nothing card. All right, next pack. Ooh, rewarded with an on-color rare, Blood Sky Massacre. This is a saga that says make a 2/3 red demon berserker with menace, and then when your berserkers attack, you draw cards and lose life. And then you get mana for your berserkers. So usually this is just a 2/3 with maybe some extra bonuses. That's all right. The other stuff in this pack is completely non-exciting though. So we're going to take the on-color rare. Let's get this Invasion of the Giants out of here for now. What's in here? We have a spell land. This is sack 3 damage to a player. They discard a card. That's okay. Frostbite I kind of like having. It's just a shock, but shock is good. We can probably wheel this Immersturm Skullcairn. I don't think we're fighting with anyone for red-black too much. Although that Carter didn't wheel, but who knows? What are we on? How are we doing for creatures? We got 6. I think we can give up the Koma's Faithful for a potential removal spell. And it's cheap, so it lets us power out double spell turns with our Infernal Pets. I don't think I've ever cast this card. It's pretty unplayable, right? This Dogged Pursuit. Well, anyway, we got another on-color rare. This is a board wipe called Blood on the Snow. Might be able to get back some creatures if we spend snow mana. We have 0 snow lands, so that's not really a consideration for us just yet about the second part of that, but I don't know. I like to have a board wipe. Sometimes you just end up super far behind, and it's good to dig yourself out of a bad situation. There's an argument to be made for Crush the Weak, but there's so many 3 power or 3 toughness creatures that I want to take the Blood on the Snow. We can maybe pick up a snow land or 2 here or there. And in here, the best card for us, since we're a pretty aggressive deck, we want the Impulsive Draw from the Tuskeri Firewalker. That's probably the best card here for us. I think it's also a Berserker for the Blood Sky Massacre. So in this pack, we have a few options. We could take a Snow-Covered Swamp, which would maybe let us get back a 1-drop with Blood on the Snow. It's not super exciting. We have Fearless Pup, which is a 1-drop. We're playing a pretty aggressive deck, so that would be a nice thing to have. But I find this card sort of falls off in usefulness. But I think I like it more than Immersturm Raider, which is just a 2/1 with Rummage. I think the best card here for us is maybe the Tormentor's Helm. We're going to be favoring sort of games with smaller board states, so we want like equipment, which means we also probably want a Run Amok. I don't think we have one yet, and it's really good in this style of deck. Otherwise, I would take the Draugr's Helm, the Fearless Pup here. So in this pack, we have an unconditional removal spell, the Feed the Serpent. How are we doing for creatures? We only have 7 creatures, so we have to be careful to start taking creatures a little higher after this, but I like the unconditional removal into exiles, which is surprisingly relevant in this format. And in this pack, we're going to take the Dwarven Reinforcements, which lets us go wide and have double spell turns for stuff. They're also Berserkers, so they play well with the Bloodsky Massacre. How many creatures do we have? We have 7, but really this is like 8. This is like 9. We really need to start taking some creatures higher, so we're going to take another Carful Kennelmaster. Card's a nice top end. And in here, there's basically nothing. I guess we'll take Uncommon. No, we'll take Seize the Spoils. I don't mind having one of these in this kind of deck. And now we're really down to like the nothing cards. I guess Dread Rider. I'll play that under duress. Speaking of discard spells, we'll play the Skull Raid, maybe. 2 Skull Raids? I guess the second Skull Raid's better than the first, right? I'll take a way down. We'll probably be trading. And another... There's about 1 million Dread Riders in this draft. I don't want to cast these in this deck. Oh, there's still a card in the pack. Okay. All right, so we're into the 3rd pack. The rare in this pack is Mystic Reflection. The uncommons are Vega the Watcher, Arnie Slays the Troll, and Sphilla Ice Shaper. The relevant commons for our deck are Axguard Cavalry or another Dwarven Reinforcements. Are we on 2 drops? Kind of low, right? I think Dwarven Reinforcements is enough better than Axguard Cavalry that we might be able to wheel it, but we'll see if this is a greedy thing to do. We need more creatures, certainly. I don't think we can really take more equipment or removal. We're going to just take this 3-drop, the Tuskeri Firewalker. Although that is a green mythic that was passed to us. We have no way of casting this, but it is sweet. I envy the person to our left. We can start looking at our deck to mess around with it, but I think in this pack the only... I guess that's interesting. The Immerstern Cairn didn't wheel, so we're fighting with someone for the black-red deck. Are we going to be returning upon the tide anything? None of these are really elves, right? I guess the Berserker, but that's it. I think we just want a second run amok. 2 Feed the Serpent seems like a little too many. Wow, there's a lot of green rares getting passed around. We're definitely in the wrong colors here. I guess we'll take the Raiders Carve, right? The Gold Vein pick? Oh, I don't know. We'll take Return Upon the Tide. I think maybe we can do something with this, but we'll see. All right, what's in here? We just need 2 drops. So we're going to take this Immersturm Raider. Basically a filler card. All right, so we can start building our deck while we wait for packs to come around. There's nothing in here for us that's super exciting. Maybe the Demonic Gifts, but that's more of a sideboard consideration. So what are we cutting here? Dog Pursuit, you're out of there. Dread Riders, you're out of there. These are all fine. Maybe Seize the Spoils can come out. Though it plays well with some other stuff. What's in here? We have another Immerstern Raider. We just need 2 drops, so we're going to take that. We have enough Rummage that Return Upon the Tide is going to turn into sort of a pseudo-reanimation spell, which would be sweet with Cinderheart Giant. right, so we got our top end. We need to cut like about a bajillion cards out of this though. Like Draugr recruiters are probably not where we necessarily really want to be. How many creatures do we have in here? We have 11, so we have to basically start cutting spells. Probably. I mean, these are all good though. None of these picks matter too much. I'll take this threaten effect because we don't have one in the sideboard. Sheesh. Skull raids, maybe? I don't feel like we're going to be skull raiding too often. Do we have enough removal that skull raid is good? Like 1, 2, 3-ish. Well, we probably don't want to. Ooh, another, okay, so we're kind of doing like almost like a reanimator deck now. With 2 return upon the tide. So let's get rid of the skull raids. Demon Bolt is a removal spell. I think we can probably cut one of our equipment. And these packs don't matter. Let's just take the Raider's Carve. And this vehicle, why not? Seize the spoils, why not? Roots of Wisdom, why not? Sure. Okay. So let's cut the lands. We probably want to. We have a decently large top end here. Maybe we don't play Blood on the Snow. I think maybe we do play Blood on the Snow. We're kind of a top hand heavy deck, right? How many creatures do we have? We have 11, but really like kind of like 12, 13, 14, 15-ish. Call it like 14 and a half creatures. I wish we had more elves to make use of this, but this is more of just like a reanimator spell for our top end that we're just going to discard with our raiders. I think the Tormentor's Helm is... Okay, I think we need to cut one of these equipments. Giving trample to one of these big guys is pretty good. I think we're not really double spelling very often. Let's cut one Infernal Pet. I guess maybe I don't like cutting removal. I want to keep these equipment. Ugh, tough cuts. Well, since we're not playing as many Infernal Pets, maybe we don't want to play as many Dwarven reinforcements. Well, actually, there's a case to be made for removing one of these run-amucks. The second run-amuck is not quite as good as the first one. Maybe. That might be wrong. I don't know. Let's cut like one more expensive card. We have a lot of removal, don't we? We have Squash. We have Way Down. Frostbite. We have Demon Bolt. We have a Board Wipe. And we have a Feed the Serpent. I think we can cut a removal spell. Let's cut the Way Down. Just because we're kind of low on creatures. What's our average is 3. I don't think we can... We have a decently high curve. If we cut the Blood on the Snow... Yeah, then that's kind of a deck. So I think this is slightly more red than black. So we're going to go 9, 8. No, 8, 9, and that's a draft deck. I think this deck is worse than our last one. But we'll see how it goes. We might be able to just run people over randomly because they're dirtling with snow decks. I think the thing that we're trying to do here is like do a Ammersturm Raider into a like a reanimated Cinderheart Giant or something. All right, we'll play first. That makes sense. That's a do nothing hand. No creatures. Mulligan. This is 2 lands. I don't want to go to 5, but I think we have to. Mulligan to 5. Ugh, this sucks. Okay. So, being low on creatures is definitely hurting us. I think we are probably losing this game just on the quality of our hands being very poor. So you have to basically wait till 5 mana to play a Dwarven Hammer, and that might be the first creature we're playing? Oh, no. Yeah, that's going to get Frostbite right away. We don't need you ramping. Get out of here. Hey, we got something to do. Play our Tuskeri Firewalker. So now they have no board, and we have a 3-2 that can boast to Impulsive Draw. As long as they don't play a creature here, we might be in good shape. Yeah, Glittering Frost. So they're going to go big mana, which is fine. We're going to play a Mountain. We will attack with the Firewalker. Let's boast. No, not like that. I have more red than black. Well, we'll play the Dwarven Hammer. I guess I should have waited a turn for that, huh? This sort of presents more of a clock. So Rolf's Packmate. They're doing our deck from last draft. All right, up to you to block. I should have boasted. That was a pun. I don't imagine we win this game unless they brick really hard. Ooh, Kaldheim, another card that does nothing really right now. I guess it brings back Sculptor, which is pretty sweet. As long as we can keep crunching with random creatures with this Dwarven Hammer, we might get there. Dwarven reinforcements. So we'll play our Berserker. Then we will foretell these reinforcements. Although, I guess there was an argument for equipping the Berserker with the Dwarven Hammer, in case they have a removal spell, which would leave behind at least a 2-2. Yeah, they've got a lot of mana. They're coming to play tapped? It does. This is excellent news. Didn't it come in to not play tapped not last time? I'm unsure. They are taking an awful big thing here. Ooh, Cinderheart Giant. Okay, well, we're gonna suit up here. And get in for 5. They may have some sort of trick or removal here, but that will be just fine because now, in the worst case scenario, we get a 2/2 left behind. Run ashore. Put that on top. I mean, yeah, it's a creature. And then next turn we can suit up one of these dwarves and start getting in. Alright, you know what it is. How do you feel about blocking? You feel very good about blocking. So do I. So if we draw land, we'll play out the Cinderheart Giant, and if not, we'll suit up the Death Knell Berserker and go for more. Ooh, Narfi. That's unfortunate. So I think what we got to do is suit up this Death Knell Berserker and hold back on attacking. We can exile Narfi at instant speed now, though. You can exile if they only single block. I don't really know here. I guess I can foretell this regardless and then keep up the Feed the Serpent. Yeah, let's go in with the Death Knell Berserker because the Feed the Serpent is instant, right? Yeah. Ooh. So I think we want to kill the Kin Seekers. So that's going to go first. We're going to exile the Narfi. Killing the Kin Seekers, leaving behind only one blocker. And we got a 2/2 black Berserker token. Priest of the Haunted Edge, that's going to be a problem if we don't deal with it. Do we have anything to reanimate? Kinda. So let's suit up. Then go to town. This 5/2 trample. You can just replay that. I'd rather you activate that. Well, yeah, let's kill the priest. We're like one land short of playing our trump here. Ooh, okay, I think we just want to get damage in, right? How many snow lands do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if I play Cinderheart Giant, it's gonna... They can kill it with the priest. So that's not really a great use of mana. Yeah, let's just get in there to everybody. We're going to make a lot of creatures here. And they're really constrained on what they can deal with here. They can kill like maybe one thing. Cauldron ETB's tapped. That's fine. I think we might win this. Dwarven Hammer is a pretty good card, huh? Indeed, Dwarven Hammer is a pretty good card. That's all you need is one creature and Dwarven Hammer, and you can kind of just get there if they don't play more than like one or two creatures. They seem to be pretty dirtily. They like to block, so that makes Run Amok better. Maybe I want a second Run Amok? What would I cut? Probably the Cinderheart Giant. Being honest. Maybe Shackle of Treachery? I didn't really see any like, ooh, stealing like Narfi would be pretty sweet. That wouldn't be too bad. But, you know, I don't know if any of these make my deck necessarily better. I guess we want to like lower our curve to like go under them. So what can we do to do that? We can cut Cinderheart Giant, bring in an Infernal Pet. We can... Let's see. Shackles? No. Funeral Longboat. Might be better than Doomscar Titan? Probably not. And we have Raven Wings. I think that's the only thing we need to do. I'd rather have the Infernal Pet in this matchup than just a big guy. So this hand does... This is all of our top end in one hand and two lands. So we're going to mulligan that. This is more like it. We're going to get rid of a mountain. We have a 2/2 and removal spells. If they keep a greedy hand that relies on a sculptor, then we might be able to cause them some trouble. We got our second swamp for the Feed the Serpent, so that's nice. Ooh, they are slow. You love to see it. What's better, the 2/2 now or 2/2/2s next turn? I think the 2/2 now is better. We're going to get more damage in. Next turn we can foretell this and keep Frostbite up. Glimpse the Cosmos. Digging for land, perhaps. Port of Carfell. Okie dokie. So not the aggressive start we would like to have. And they're hitting their land drops pretty well. Cyrulf's Packmate. Might be trouble. Do we just Feed the Serpent on that? I think we need to keep the Feed the Serpent around for Narfi. So, in that case, here's what we do. We will set up by attacking with the Berserker, see if they're scared. Do you have fear? They might be just scared that we have Run Amok. Yeah, they are. That's pretty sweet. So, in that case, we can play Bloodsky Massacre. Say go. The next turn we go in with both of them, and then we're drawing some cards. This has Menace too, which is pretty sweet. Orite. That might be eating the Feed the Serpent here. Yeah, that's a 5/5. Gross. So I can actually attack here. This, and then before blockers, I can feed if I don't see a land. Yeah, so if I see a land, I can put the 2 damage on the packmate there and then feed the other one. Kind of like that. Yeah, let's go like that. It's fine. And then I can Demon Bolt that. And play this mountain. We'll keep our unconditional removal for something that's harder to kill. Bjerg Strider. So next turn, or depending on what they do, we can feed the Serpent here. That Glimpse of the Cosmos is coming in handy now. Maybe I should have fed the Serpent to prevent the Feed the Cosmos. Or Glimpse the Cosmos. What are card names? Probably a Glittering Frost. Yeah, okay. Woohoo. Lots of mana. Lots of mana. EOT, we're gonna get rid of this guy here. And let's crunch. Now they're in trouble. Unless they have some pretty sweet plays. I appreciate their devotion to the 5-color value engines, but I think we're just going to be running them over. They got 3 cards in hand. Must be some spells. Yeah, okay, now we're more at a stalemate until we find Raven Wings right off the top. That's a good one. Put that on the Kennel Master. Get in for 5s. If I attack with both of these, I got another 1 in. Yeah, this is safer. I'll put that there. So if they somehow do a board wipe, we still have a 2/2. Hey, Augury Raven, I like it. So let's jump our Kennel Master up there. Gotta block with that Raven. Surely they have tricks somewhere. Run ashore. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Putting the Raven Wings on top. Yeah, I need that Raven Wings to win now. We are going to kill the Augury Raven. As long as they don't have another way to kill or remove a flyer. I think we still win. How big can they make the Ice Eye Troll? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I guess they can Port of Carfell back the Augury Raven. We'll see if they see the line. They are thinking. I think they're likely to find it. You're going to avoid hovering over any of their cards here. Cauldron. Okay. Oh, they didn't see the line. Unfortunate for them. ETB's tapped, unfortunately, sir. Do they have life gain in here? Yeah, you needed to... Oh, I guess that ETB's tapped. That's unfortunate. So there was no way out of that for them, actually. All right, let's play for partial money back. And some good games. That was a good game. I think we had a lot of decisions to make there about how to effectively kill them dead. We will play first. This is not as an exciting hand, but if we hit any third land drop, this is pretty good. We're going to go Tormentor's Helm into Foretelling the Dwarven reinforcements. Into maybe Tuskegee Firewalker. A Swamp off the top would be sweet, though, too. I'd love to play a 2-drop. It's a 1-2. All right. Now we really got to hit a Swamp off the top, or else his hand is Garbo. That's not that, but it lets us play this Firewalker. Maybe we can Impulsive draw into a Swamp. Next turn. Our opponent is on the Black-Green Elves deck, it seems. And yeah, let's get in here with this Firewalker. It's possible they just have 4 drops and stuff in hand. What would they have? Demonic Gifts. Yeah, that's a thing. Let's boast. Hey, we got a Swamp. I like it. In that case, we'll play the Swamp, and now we want to spend all of our mana if we can. Meaning the Bloodsky Massacre is coming out. That's Menace, which wears the Tormentor's Helm really well. The next turn, we can Death Knell Berserker and Dwarven Reinforcements and really flood the board. I like the lands they chose. These Eldraine lands are very pretty. They got the faux 3D effect on them. Shadow Sage. Gonna go for the life gain. Smart choice. So if I suit this up 1/1, it won't die. Will it? Yeah, because they're only doing 3 damage. It's +1/+1. And I want the draw. Got the land. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Damage in. Land for turn. We have 4 mana. We Death Knell Berserker. And then Dwarven Reinforcements. Now we're going to have a lot of mana next turn with our Blood Sky Massacre because we have 5 Berserkers. Lindworm. Maybe we just killed the Lindworm here. I think we do. Let's get that out of here. If I play this, I can't get the dwarf, so I'm not going to. Play this Infernal Pet. Get in with everything. Move this over to the Infernal Pet. Do they have Lindworm number 2? They do have Lindworm number 2. I like it. Alright, so this is going to give 2 things, +1/+1, indestructible. We're going to save that for later. Let's make a dwarf here. Let's auto pay that. And I'm going to move this helm onto the Berserker. And not attack. But I think with what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to suit up, I think, my Menace guy. How much mana is that? It's 4 mana to suit up. I guess just Parasentinel does have reach, so flying is less exciting. Oh, and lifelink. I like their board a little more than mine. But regardless. So if I suit up my Demon Berserker, that's +3/+0, so that's 5/3. Be a 6/4. Which I kind of like. With Menace, so it might kill 2 things. I'll foretell this for later. Let's make the game a little smaller here. Yeah, that's not going to kill it, though. Yeah, let's kill the blocker, the more blocking one. Is there anything I want to reanimate? Really? I can take the 6, that's fine. That is fine by me, sir. I think that gives us a good Carful Kennel Master turn. Cost how much? Equip 3? That goes in. One blocker gone. Or maybe they will just take 7, which would be fine as also. Yeah, we're getting in there. Shoot at my Kennel Master, and now it blocks everything but their Lindworm. I wonder if we triple block the Lindworm with our Dwarves. Or we double block it, and then we return it upon the tide. Yeah, that I kind of like. We don't have any pump spells to blow us out. They did not. Raise the Draugr. Oh no. That's awful. Oh no. That's horrendous for us. They're going to have about 1 million Lindworms. No elves to bring back, but that's okay. For 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going okay. We need to stop drawing lands off the top, though. They just jam their 4th Lindworm of the game next turn. So they will have gained 12 life, which means I should, if they didn't have any of these, they'd be dead. Not that that counts or anything. Don't mind taking the 4, but the 6 might be a little much. No? Thinking about it. Oh no, they had the trick. They didn't have that last time. I guess they wanted the worm to die so they would get full value. I don't see a good way of us winning this, if I'm being honest. That's a lot of damage. And then it still wouldn't be enough to kill them. So I don't think I'd wait for the double spell. By Dwarven reinforcements now, I have more blockers, which might be important because they might just try and kill me here. With a 6/6 and a 7/7. I don't see a good way that we win this game. I feel like we're just going to get run over by these lindworms. Can't really just chump them forever. This guy's got a lot of life gain. Another packmate. This guy's deck's sweet. Oh no, way down. That's a beating. If I triple block one of the lindworms, then I take 10, 14, and I die. So we want the Coma's Faithful out of the way, that's certain. And we block these guys like this. I take 4. Then I have a big Death Knell Berserker next turn. Need to find some way to do 11 damage next turn. Their deck is insane. Who let this happen? Yeah, we're not winning this one. Let's go to the next game. So what do we do to deal with that? I think the threaten effects are pretty good here. So we'll bring that in. Blood on the Snow, I think, is also something we're going to want. And perhaps dog. Am I considering Dog Pursuit, really? Maybe. They love to block, so maybe another Run Amok. I think that means we got to cut 3 cards. Each of these cards aren't doing anything. Early Frostbite's not doing much for us. Raven Wings is good. Tormentor's Helm is good. The Hammer's good. Squash is really good. We want to keep all our removal. Doomscar Titan, I think, might not do what we want in this matchup, so that's got to go. And I feel like we can maybe cut. Well, we want to go under them and then go over them, is I think that what we want to do. One of these return upon the tides. We don't have as much removal to worry about. Let's try that. Although this guy's deck is quite good. I think we're gonna have trouble. I guess we also mulliganed in the last game, which isn't the best. This has nothing for us. I think we have to mulligan this as well. I guess we keep this, and then we send back the Kennel Master? Yeah. And we have a bunch of foretell cards. At least we can cast things in this hand. Hope that we hit land drops. This is probably a stumble to death. You're going to foretell the Dwarven reinforcements. then maybe we can run them over with like a run amok or something later. Land? Not land. Dwarven reinforcements. I don't think we have the mana to really continue investing in a Tormentor's Helm. I think we just need to hold Run Amok up, and then if they don't do anything, we foretell Demon Bolt. Raider's Carve? Okay. We run amok. Do we run amok if they block? I don't think we do, actually. Think we foretell Demon Bolt. And then we can kill whatever three, probably Searle's Packmate that they play here. Yep. And then they'll crew, find a land probably. So we need to Demon Bolt that pretty right away. They didn't find a land, which is good. But they are hitting their land drop regardless. Playing a Goldvein pick. Ooh, land. Okay, so this is actually fine. So we can equip Tormentor's Helm to our dwarf. Get in for 3. And we can kill their packmates. Now they need to find a blocker, because they can't turn on their carve anymore. They hit every land drop so far, so that's very good for them. Are they in Lindworm territory? They're not quite in Lindworm territory. They're in Elderfang Disciple territory. So we're going to discard this 7-drop that we cannot play. Goldvein pick doesn't quite let them turn on the carve. Get in for 3. We're going to block. Going to run them over. Now, if we hit a land drop, that would be sweet, especially a swamp, because that would let them kill what is almost certainly a Lindworm here. Yep, there's a Lindworm. Do they attempt to come in with the carve, or are they going to try and stabilize? Hold on to stabilize, which makes sense. So, now here's a question. We Shackles of Treachery now. Get in for 9. No, I don't think we do. I think we hold off. We want them to equip the pick to their Landworm, or their Lindworm. They have the other Lindworm now? That's what I'm wondering. Eradicator Valkyrie. Hexproof from Planeswalkers. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is going to be gross. Oh, we're not blocking that. Going to 4. This is hexproof from Planeswalkers. Oh, excellent. We found the swamp. Okay, so we want to Shackles of Treachery their Eradicator Valkyrie. Oh, this is sweet. Go to damage. Regain some of that life we just lost. We're gonna boast, sacrifice their own Valkyrie, and make them sacrifice their Lindworm. Oh, that was sweet. And now we have Feed the Serpent for backup. That might just kill them. I wonder if they have raised the Trogger. Is that an instant? That'd be a pretty rough thing to be an instant. It is an instant. Okay, they're gonna get their Lindworm back, but we're gonna feed it. We're gonna feed it to the Serpent. It's not the end of the world here. Gosh, we're like pretty nearly dead if they have another 3-drop, huh? So I don't think we can even attack. Which is unfortunate. Death Berserker. Yeah, so that means we gotta do a feed. Oh, that's awkward. I think that means we need to hold up the Feed the Serpent. They attack with everything. That sucks. So if I Carfell, they're not, the thing is they've gained so much life that they're not really in danger of dying. Thinking we feed the Serpent their Serpent, and they suit up their Death Knell, and they come in for 4. We chump. I don't like it. But we'll do it at instant speed. Just because we can. Yeah. Here's the crew. So let's get rid of the Lindworm. Snakeskin Veil. Oh, okay, we lose. Good game. Should have done it on our turn, huh? Makes sense. Well, that was a really rough matchup for us. They have probably 7 or 8 life gain spells. So, not particularly favorable. It was a sweet play with the treachery, though. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, this'll do. So we can go Emerson Raider into Tuskeri Firewalker. Rummage away the Cinderheart Giant. We can reanimate that later. I forgot that I can't just play that, huh? It's 2 mana. Oh, not another blue or black green deck. A lot of red cards. Horizon Secret. Alright, do you want to block? Probably not. Play a Firewalker. If they want to ramp, they can. Does it ramp them? No, it just goes in their hand. It's fine. I'm just going to try and run them over before they can play lots of cool stuff. Ooh, Realm Walker. That's pretty cool. Kind of just a 2-3, but it might draw them cards in the long run. Next turn we will be boasting with the Firewalker. Playing whenever we get off the top there, if we can. Let's activate that. Ooh, Raven Wings. Yeah, I'll play that. Now we can start getting some damage into the air. You may not have an answer for that. Glittering Frost, okay. Yeah, I won't block that. I'll take the 2. We got our Return Upon the Tide. That's very fun. We ever hit our black mana source. So actually, how much mana do we have? We have potentially 5. I can suit that up and also play the Firewalker, but then I can't boast. But I think that's fine. More interested in getting the damage in. I should have come in with the Raider there too, I think. That's a little bit of a miss. But we're pressuring them pretty well right now. Herald. Find an elf. What did this pick? Elf. Nothing? Oh, Dusk Wielder. Okay. Sure. I have no interest in blocking. This is 6 mana? Oh, if I play Doomscar Titan, I come in with everybody. It's lethal. They have to start blocking. Block or die. You have chosen death. So they don't know we have black spells in our deck. They're like the full elf deck, which is better for us than the alternative of lots of life gain. Maybe we want another run amok over the Cinderheart Giant again. Yeah, let's get that in there. Let's get that out. And then, do I want a Raider's Carve? No, I don't. Yeah, let's go with that. This is the opposite. No mountains and no creatures. All of our equipment. We will mulligan that. This is only 1 land. If we had 1 more land, this would be keepable. So I think we have to go to 5. Which is not where we want to be. They're going to 6. We're going to 5. No. Not like this. To 4. Fine. Keep 4. I have to put more cards back? Okay, so our hand is the Blood Sky Massacre. Is that good enough? That was unfortunate. Oh, they have Island in their deck. That's cool. Wonder what for? Strategic planning. It's one of the few times I've seen that spell cast in limited in this format. At least the Blood Sky, another strategic planning. They really like that card selection. Can't fault them for that. All right, this is they're kind of dirtling. We're kind of gonna get a little card draw with the Blood Sky Massacre. We can play Carfell, Kennel Master. Gosh, they have so many spells though. Wither Crown. That's fine. I'm gonna decline to sacrifice that. I really just want the card draw. Pilfering Hawk. Okay. So I guess next turn do we try to run them over? I'm going to decline to sacrifice this once again. We have a lot of mana. We have 5 mana. I don't think we try to get them with the run amok. I think we just play the Carfell Kennel Master. And they didn't block. They let the one in. I'll accept that. Oh, they have a lot more blue than I would have expected from our last game. Maybe they switched their deck up. Egon. Oh, now I see. I will... It's Death Touch, huh? Gross. Yeah, I will sacrifice this. Let's get in with Carfell Kennel Master. Certainly they will want to block this. And we'll trade this. Deal with that Egon, and then let's get some 2/1s. You know, for a Mulda 4, this is not the worst thing in the world. I now understand the strategic plannings, though. They are up about 5 cards on us. Multiple foretell spells. Immersturm Raider, that's very nice. We can pitch this swamp and maybe get a different spell. Yeah, another run amok. They won't see the next one coming. Now, this is what I switched for Cinderheart Giant. If it were Cinderheart Giant, I would not be able to cast it, so clearly my sideboarding decision was correct. Raven form, give me a flyer. Okay. I accept. No blockies. We can return something upon the tide. Do we try and get them with the run amok? Yeah, and then we can get something back next turn. Ooh, get him. The next turn we can get back our Carfell Kennel Master. Do we have an elf in here? No, we do not. They foretell another card. Are they trying to race us? I don't think that will work the way they want it to. Another return upon the tide. That's sweet. So let's get back to Carfell Kennel Master. And they will concede. We won on a mull to 4. That doesn't happen very often. Well, despite that rough middle game there, I'll take a couple 2-1s over a 3-0 and a 1-2. I think that'll be the end of the stream. First, let's crack open these packs. Hold on. Need to claim my prize, don't I? Did I not just do that? No. So a couple really fun draft decks. Our pack rares are Search for Glory, sure. I don't even play Constructed, I'm just opening these for the graphics. Sigrid God Favored, okay. Waking the Trolls, also known as posting on Twitter. Tybalt's Trickery. I have not received a single one of those yet. That's interesting. Because I've never tried to do the constructed deck with it. Another Waking the Trolls. Wakebringer. I've lost to that card a few times. Tyrite Sanctum. That, of the many lands that have been printed, that is one of them. Arnie Broken Brow. I think I've lost to this card once or twice as well, but I have not had the pleasure of casting it. I think I cast it like once. Reckless Crew. Now that's also a card that has been printed. Well, that was quite fun. I'm going to end the stream there and eat food and drink water. And yeah, have a nice night. I'll be back next Wednesday, same time-ish, and maybe I'll stream at some point in between there, some other non-Magic game. Who knows? Night.